Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another dismal dose of daily news, I guess, or news implosion. The media is imploding. We did a video yesterday talking about layoffs at Vox, and now we have layoffs at Condé Nast.
Yep. Ooh, and it's 14 top executives.
14 executives.
Wow.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of things because, I mean, there's so much going on in the media, and we're going to see it. I mean, when it rains, it pours, right? It's going to be pouring next year, especially after this quarter when the ad revenue comes in or doesn't come in. And then there are going to be all kinds of people getting gone all over the place. But we know MSNBC is in trouble. CNN's in trouble. We're going to talk about CBS News. We have somebody who got fired from CBS News. And they're in trouble, too, because Paramount owns them.
Yeah.
And they're not doing very well.
It's because people don't trust these people anymore. They got tired of opinions as the news, and they don't trust them.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the continued implosion of the news. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about Blue Sky too. Apparently, there's a site out there where you can track who is the most blocked and reported accounts on Blue Sky. So they actually have a scoreboard to see who is the most hated person.
And who are the ones that are blocking the most.
And who's narking on them. Yeah, it's crazy. So before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to clownfish-minus.com. Please support the reef. You get exclusive content. In fact, I got another podcast coming tonight I'm going to post. We do have lots of merch out there. We got a bunch of new merch in there. Thank you so much for the support. You can also support us on Locals, clownfishtv.locals.com.
You should just pre-record that. It'd be a heck of a lot easier.
I should. So. I did that and it annoyed people.
Yeah. But anyway.
Like, it doesn't sound very genuine.
Anyway, let's talk about what is genuine. Holy crap. Condé Nast just cut 14 top executives and several members of the GQ staffers just last night, you said?
Yeah, just last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least 14 of Condé Nast top execs were among those who were laid off on Thursday. Adweek reported that evening. It came in last night because I was like, oh my God, we just did a video on the media.
Oh, look who includes the chief business officer.
Wow.
There's a couple of them. Eric Gillen, chief business officer, Craig Kostelic.
Yeah, we got the global marketing guy.
Yeah, Eric Johnson, head of industry entertainment.
Sales.
Yeah, VP of sales, executive director, global VP of events.
Wow.
Global events and business services, executive director of events and festivals.
Okay, so this tells
festivals.
So this tells me that they're not bringing in enough revenue and they're blaming the sales team for it. And I think that is true to some degree. But I mean, the climate that we're in right now, it's a really bad time to be a digital publisher. I'm just saying.
A lot of the ones that got cut were global. Either festivals or global too. Like Senior Vice President, Global Commercial Marketing, Global VP of Events. So it looks like global and events were cut the most.
So it said the layoffs are partially attributed to the Chief Revenue Officer, Elizabeth Herbst Brady's need to balance the budget in light of the challenging commercial circumstances facing the company. We're not making money. That's
translation, yeah.
That's what that means. We're not making enough money. We can't afford to pay a bunch of people six-figure salaries or more to work at a company that's not making any money. The layoffs include several members of the team at GQ, Allures editor-in-chief.
It's good. No, now they're going to do two.
She's going to become the editor-in-chief of Self. So she's
going to have to do Allure and Self.
Double duty.
For as an editor-in-chief, that's insane. Yeah, I wouldn't want that job.
Have you seen these magazines lately, though? They're like super, super skinny. They're not like they used to be.
They're full of ads, and
it's all ads. It's basically anymore, magazines are just a wrapper for advertisements. That's what they are.
Pretty much.
You're paying for advertisements. That's why they give them away in a lot of cases, because they're like, well, at least we get the circulation up and we can charge the advertisers. So the original story here was Condé Nast laid off a number of employees Thursday. The move came just a year after the publishing mainstay behind outlets like Vogue, GQ, and the New Yorker slashed 270 jobs.
Yeah, so they've already slashed most of the stuff. Now we're like going to the executives.
Yeah, so 13 months after the CEO cut 5% of the company's 5,400 employees. How many people does it take?
Well, that's like, wait, so 13 months ago, the CEO cut 5%, and then they cut him again like a year ago.
Yeah, then they rolled the music magazine in the GQ, Pitchfork.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. They said by the end of December, media jobs could surpass last year's total. In 2023, broadcast, print, and digital outlets collectively cut 2,600 journalism jobs, up 48% from the year before.
And it might be higher this year.
I think it's going to be higher this year. I mean, we're already covering, Vox. We know what's up with MSNBC and CNN. I think they're going to get gone.
This is why they are all in lockstep trying desperately to discredit citizen journalists, is because they are all losing their jobs. And the difference, like, I don't, delight in people losing their jobs unless they're a complete asshole. But, and even then I still feel a little bit bad. But the point is, people aren't listening to them because they listen to them, and then we end up in these huge culture wars, and a lot of it was opinion masquerading as fact, and people don't trust the media anymore. And it's more about trust than anything else, and it's globally they're not trusting, but it's, people are tired of it.
So let's talk. Speaking of trust, let's talk about CBS News.
Oh yeah, this was like, holy crap! I saw this on the Vigilant Fox or whatever.
Yeah, Vigilant Fox.
I was like, holy crap! This is, and she brings up the question that we keep saying. It's like, well, what is journalism? Isn't that journalism? Yes, exactly. That's what we've been asking. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute.
Yeah, she was going to interview Elon Musk, and CBS did not want her to interview Elon Musk live on his platform because they couldn't control what he was going to say.
Yes, and they want to make sure that it was edited the way they wanted it to be presented.
Just to set the stage, it was the fall of 2023. I had tried to enterprise a story that would bring the Twitter files to CBS News. It didn't get as far.
Yeah, I know, right?
But an interview opportunity developed with Elon Musk.
Pause it for a second.
And the offer was to do a live.
Why would she not get as far as she hoped when it was the Twitter files? Why do you think?
Yeah.
Live interview with him on X. So I took that opportunity to the CBS News executives, and they said, we just can't do it live. And I was like, what do you mean we can't do it live? And they said, well, we don't know what he's going to say. And I was like, wait a second. Isn't that what journalism is all about?
Right. You're interviewing him. You were wanting to know what he has to say, what he has to present, but you don't know, so we can't do it.
Yeah, we don't know what he's going to say. So this shows you the different. And the thing is that anymore, individual journalists have almost been trained to think that way too, because if you're putting video content up on pretty much any platform, a lot of times it's dicey to do live streams with certain individuals because you don't know what they're going to say. And like, I've heard of people that were live streaming on YouTube, and they would have a guest on, and the guest would say something, somebody'd hit the nuke button on it, false flag it or whatever, because everybody wants to censor.
Well, I don't think it's just that. I think it's they're afraid what he's going to say was he's going to say, oh, speaking of CBS, let me show you what I have about you guys. Or he's going to come out and he's going to present evidence they don't want out there. They want to censor the evidence. I think it's more about censorship of the evidence than it is, because I know he did tell Bob Iger to go F himself. But at fall of 2023, then that would have been before he told Bob Iger to go F himself. They didn't know he was going to, spout off with that at the time. That happened after this interview would have been going on. So it can't be because they're afraid he was going to say that. So what leaves me with is what's he going to reveal via the Twitter files, and that we're afraid all our political friends and stuff are going to come run into us being mad. Our donors, our sponsors are going to be angry because they were outed by Elon Musk on a live stream.
Mm-hmm. The short story is that a number of conditions were set on this possible opportunity with Elon Musk that included doing something taped, editing it, only having it on the CBS News platform. And frankly, I felt so ashamed that a news organization would place so many restrictions on an interview. And Dan, typically it's the interview subject that's placing the restrictions on an interview, not
the we're going to talk about this.
Right. Never went back to Elon Musk and said, I'm sorry, I know you're all about free speech, but they want to put these conditions on it. I just couldn't go back to him with that.
Yeah, and they
Why do you think?
Yeah, so we know they've been scrubbing the news, they've been sanitizing the news. It's all about telling a story. It's not about telling the truth.
Well, didn't you say that with CBS, with Harris?
It was the Harris interview.
Yeah, but they had to be, pre-recorded and
certain
edited.
Yeah. So it's just like nobody trusts journalists anymore.
Yeah, that's why people aren't trusting journalists, because they try to do journalism and they're told no, they can't do a journalism.
And this is what's going on.
It's not the right journalism. It's not the right voice. It's not the right opinion.
People are tuning out. MSNBC, CNN are cratering. CBS is cratering. I think The View is going to get canceled relatively soon. This whole thing, we're not going to run that clip, but apparently Charlemagne the God and Whoopi Goldberg got into it, and she's been getting more and more
ridiculous.
More and more ridiculous. Yeah. So I just think that eventually Disney is going to get tired of this, and they're going to be like, yeah, let's just pull the plug. Nobody's watching it. It's going to cause this potential lawsuit. I mean, we know that they're in trouble over Whoopi putting that bakery on blast. And it seems like there's more and more division with the hosts on the show. And I think as the inauguration rolls around, I think we're going to have, more and more cattiness. And I think it's also going to push away the audience, because the audience is probably getting tired of hearing about it constantly. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, tune in for the next 4 years to hear about how much you hate Trump?
I know. That's basically what's going to be.
Get over it. He's
and
here.
And then when you have
he's
Democrats questioning it and saying, should we be allowing this stuff? They're silenced.
Yeah.
When people have like, wait, maybe we shouldn't let this stuff happen. And how dare you?
Yeah. So they're all running over to, we talked about this. I thought this was kind of funny. This is the libs of TikTok, banned from Blue Sky after just 9 days. Well, yeah, she's probably over there whacking the beehive, right? But
well, it's very, very far left over there. I'm just telling you.
Oh,
straight up.
It is.
It's and
This is George Takei's site, I think, Comic Sans, and they're talking about how it's great to keep Blue Sky clear and free and clear of MAGA.
Yeah, Blue Sky should just be. Yeah, it's an echo chamber. It is an echo chamber. Make no mistake. For all the talk they say about X being an echo chamber, it's not, because people aren't being banned because they don't agree on there like they are being banned at Blue Sky. It is ridiculous at Blue Sky.
Yeah, so Blue Sky users were celebrating. They said that apparently she got blocked 50,000 times, and they do have a scoreboard. This is Clear Sky, and this is a scoreboard, and the top blocked or most blocked person right now is Brianna Wu, who was a left-wing journalist, and now Brianna's sort of switched sides. Now Brianna's getting blocked by her own side. Imagine that. Here are the top 5 block. So this account has 655,000 blocks. God, that's all they do all day. Like, this is just like old Twitter, right?
Well, you can get a record set, guys. You can just go block everyone and get your record set.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you can go Clear Sky and see who's blocking who. But that's just it. They're gonna curate Blue Sky, and it's gonna be their echo chamber, and they're gonna party like it's 2017 over there. And the journalists are all pushing for people to go to Blue Sky. And good luck with that, I guess, because it feels like the rest of the world is just moving on.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just kind of stepping over them.
And then they're going to once again be cut blindsided come the next election or whatever, because they're in their own echo chamber sniffing their own farts, and they're not going to know what the hell's going on in the real world, because a bunch of people just echo chambering themselves and making themselves feel better is all it is. It's not reality. It's just what they want to hear. And
let them live there. I guess let them live in the Matrix. I mean, they should call it Blue Pill, but let them live over there if they want to believe that this is how the world actually is, and it makes them feel better, and they're not basically, I'm like, if they're quarantined over there and they're not leaking out into the rest of the world, just let them stay over there. I guess it makes it better for everybody else. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the aggravation for people. I know a lot of people want to go over there and troll them or whatever. I'm like, you're just giving them ammo. Just let them live in the simulation. And the rest of us will just keep on keeping on, I guess, right? So we're going to wrap this up. Yep. Let's wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.